Hello guys and welcome to the next module. Okay, so we're going to be looking at stress and nutrition. Okay, so let's dive in. So, like everything else, like sleep and even exercise, proper nutrition is imperative to a healthy lifestyle. The foods that we eat affect everything from our physical to our mental health, and it's no surprise that it also affects our stress levels. So, like stress and sleep, the relationship between stress and nutrition is also bi-directional, where people generally fall into two categories regarding stress and eating, and that is overeaters and undereaters. Overeaters are, I would say, more common. They experience increased cravings, leading to a lack of control over overeating. And undereaters, on the other hand, have a highly sympathetic stress response, um, which leads to a reduced digestive function and increased alertness. So, yeah, there's a lot of data that shows a direct correlation between stress and appetite. Now, chronic exposure to stress leads to greater production of certain types of neurotransmitters, and which increase appetite. And repeated stress can cause most people to gain weight as the body stores stress fat and craves high fat, sugar, processed foods, particularly those who are obese. You have insulin resistance also increases the reward centre's activation during stress, leading to compulsive eating. So when we are stressed, we can then also have digestive problems. So as the body slows down our digestion, leading slows our digestion down. Basically, this leads to us not absorbing the nutrients. You think about that. Although we may be eating the right food, but for stress, we're not actually getting the full bioavailability of the nutrients there. So that's something to think about. And mindful eating, well, not the whole situation can help, but it can definitely help develop this self-regulation and awareness of hunger. If we go back and remember the mindful eating, some medications, such as, hopefully I'm pronouncing this right, naltrexone and Wellbutrin, they've shown promise in reducing food cravings and obesity. However, addressing nutrition is vital for long term, really important. And there is other medications out there that's getting heavily pushed for weight loss. But remember what happens. So if you take this medication, yep, it might reduce your appetite and you might lose the weight. But ask yourself these questions. One, are you getting all the vitamins and minerals that you need? Two, by taking this medication, is that going to support long term health? Three, are you addressing the root causes? And also, you have other aspects like we're going to be talking about sleep and stress. Are these getting handled? They're not. So, quick fixes they're never the answer. So, bear that in mind. And as I mentioned, there, addressing nutrition is vital for long term health. And yeah, there's a doctor, I can't remember her name, Dr. Alyssa Epel, I think her name is. She emphasises that we override the effects of any drug with our diet. She's quite a powerful statement to make. So, tip for those who binge eat to alleviate stress, which include changing the environment, separating emotions from hunger, riding the craving wave and recognising its temporary nature, taking a walk, and creating safe environments away from food. These are all important things. I'm going to see if we can just skip back there a little bit. So, tips for any kind of binge eating to alleviate stress. Change the environment. Remember, we went through this before. Just get yourself through this craving wave, and there's different ways you can do that. Get a cup of green tea, Again, go for a walk, drink some water, do something you enjoy, like a hobby, play the guitar, something like that. You know, it says take a walk. Separate your emotions from hunger. Emotions and hunger. Are you actually physically hungry, or is it a habitual thing? Recognising its temporary nature. You know, I'm sure you would have heard pain is temporary. Different meanings, well, different things, but round about the same thing. So just bear that in mind, and creating a safe environment away from food. Again, keep creating these social networks is important for you as well. Okay, let's get going. How to improve things. So one of the best ways to improve is to use nutrition to reduce stress, and we can do this by focusing on whole and unprocessed foods. These foods, such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats, provide essential nutrients for our body that allows our body to function optimally. And this includes the production of mood regulating neurotransmitters like serotonin that we've mentioned before. By consistently choosing whole foods over processed, sugary or fatty options, we can then support our mental health and build resilience against stress. So try eating complex carbohydrates like quinoa, brown rice, these kind of things. Like these carbs help stabilise blood sugar levels and provide steady energy to prevent mood swings as well. And also foods that's rich in omega-3 fatty acids. You have fatty fish, you have flax seeds and walnuts. They all have amazing anti-inflammatory properties and also help with the production of serotonin. So eating as a coping mechanism is common, and one of the ways that to combat this is to practice mindful eating. And this means you're taking your time to eat, you know, you're enjoying each bite, you're listening to your body's fullness and hunger cues, going back to the mindful eating and emotional eating course that we went over. See how it's all starting to tie in? So also, don't forget to stay hydrated. It's really, really important. So dehydration can negatively impact our mood and cognitive function as well, which again makes stress even worse. So aim to drink at least 8 glasses of water daily. Now, I'll be giving you more individualised advice than that anyway when we go through a plan, but this is just general rule of thumb. And with this here, just make sure you're swapping out sugary drinks and excessive caffeine intake with teas, etc. You know, you want to be aiming for more so herbal teas, water infused with fruits or herbs. That's what we want. Okay, so a lot involved in that there. Just keep taking notes, keep reflecting, keep writing down the things that's resonating with you, and hopefully again this is really helpful. And it's just about piecing all these little bits together and just part of the puzzle and put everything together, and that's when we start really getting some momentum behind us. So the next module we'll be talking about is stress and exercise.